Hey Victor, do you ever wish you had an extra $20 in your pocket so when you go to these live events that you want to go to and concerts and sporting events, you'll have extra money for merchandise, food, and all other miscellaneous things?
Yeah, that $20 can go to a beer.
Yeah, or two beers or whatever amount. I don't really know. I don't know prices at these places, but I do have a way that you can save $20 so you can have that right in your pocket when you go to these events. And that is with SeatGeek. That is today's sponsor. SeatGeek is an amazing app that helps you buy tickets in literally the easiest way possible. So if you're a pro wrestling fan and want to go to your first or second or third sports event for WWE or AEW, or even just a concert where you can see maybe Lady Gaga or Pitbull or whoever you like, or even go to a baseball game or a hockey game or whatever sport you like. SeatGeek has got you covered. Well, actually, technically, we got you covered with our promo code Markoutmedia. That's one word, Markoutmedia. You will save $20 on your first purchase, and I'm telling you, having a 20 in your pocket when you go to one of these events is really going to keep you happy.
Stop playing the guitar.
I couldn't help it. I restring my guitar after so many months. I just feel so good to play like my guitar.
Those days are over. You literally just told me this before we started recording.
Yeah, but it was off the record, so no one could tell if you're telling the truth.
All those days are over.
Well, you don't want.
No, it's such boring music.
Someone's gonna disagree.
I'm sure there is, but I'm kidding. It's not boring music, but we don't do it anymore.
Oh well, who said? Well, speak for yourself, moron.
Hey, tell Berkeley to do his thing.
Oh, you just did.
Following podcast is scheduled for one fall. From San Jose, California, the king of vlog style, David Edge, and everyone's favorite, Brother Victor. This is the Markoutmedia Podcast.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Markoutmedia Podcast. If this is your first time, my name is David Edge, and with me, as always, is my brother Victor.
No, I'm not. I quit music. I quit everything.
Oh, you quit being my brother?
I said I quit everything.
Okay.
If you're going back to music, then do I take over the camera?
No, fuck that. That's not okay. I don't like that. That's taking it too far. That's personal.
That's what I'm saying. Don't go back to music.
Okay, well, fine. Anyways, you guys, thank you for subscribing to us. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel or podcast or whatever the fuck you call this, please go subscribe. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and many more platforms where podcasts are provided to you. Also, make sure to follow us on social media. We are at Markoutmedia 18. Once again, that's Markoutmedia 18 on Twitter and Instagram. And don't forget to buy the merch at brainbustertees.com.
Yeah, or in person, which if you're listening to this specifically on a Friday, which is the day it was released, I will have merch at the Emporium at the next UGWA show, which is on Sunday, July 17th. I believe tickets are still online. You can buy tickets at the door. The pre-sales are a little bit cheaper than the ones at the door, I'm assuming. I'm not too sure on that, but yeah, I'll be there. I'll have merch and I'll have buttons, stickers, you name it, shirts, whatever. So come buy something.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's going to be a good time. We really like a lot of more gay shit.
Yes, I'm excited. My flag came in.
That's awesome. I can't wait. This is going to be a good time.
Yeah, I'll take a picture of it when we're done and I'll send it to you. I know it's Thor. Did you go see the movie?
Yeah, as Victor was talking about, I have like this McDonald's toy that my girlfriend Anya got me.
But you saw the movie?
Yes, I saw the movie. I fucking loved it. You would like it.
Who you saw with Anya?
Yeah. Did you watch it?
No.
Watch it.
I'm assuming it's going to be on Disney Plus at some point.
Yeah. But
I'll just
go watch it. No, go watch it. It's fucking hilarious. It's not meant to be taken seriously.
Okay, I like the first Thor movie.
Really? Wow, that I feel like the first two Thor movies are too serious for me. Like it's very, very serious stuff sometimes. I don't
Yeah, it
know.
was very serious.
It got more funny during the third one.
So there's 4 movies.
Yeah, this is the fourth one now.
God damn. I didn't even know there was 4 of them.
Yeah, there's 4 now. What else? It's just I don't know. For me, I did hear a story about Dad. I heard that he didn't like it supposedly.
What? Why?
Okay, from what I'm just quoting.
Okay.
I'm quoting.
Okay.
He said, "Why is this? Why?" He said, "Why is this movie funny? It's not supposed to be funny."
Oh my god, that's funny because he probably not probably he 100% said that. I'm gonna ask him when he gets home because he's not home right now. So when he gets home, I'm gonna ask him and be like, "So, what do you think of the new Thor movie? Like, should I go see it or not or whatever?" And he's probably gonna say that it's not supposed to be funny.
Yeah, our dad talks like that.
Make him sound like a ring announcer.
I know he sounds like a depressed radio disc jockey.
And now we're gonna play.
And now a word from our sponsor.
A word from our sponsor.
Could you imagine if he did the intro instead of Berkeley? Welcome to the Markoutmedia Podcast.
Oh my god.
With your host, David Edge. That's not even his real name.
It's not even his real name.
That's not his God-given name. And his chunky brother.
Why am I chunky?
I don't know. He makes fun of you for being fat.
Yeah, I know. Even though he has high cholesterol and high blood pressure.
He gets high.
No, he stopped going to the gym, so I know what happened.
I know. I remember there was one point I bought him like an extra large t-shirt, and he's like, "Oh, don't be buying me these. I need large t-shirts."
Yeah, now he's my size. Yeah.
Well, for now, until it gets big again.
Well, see what happens. Karma is a real thing.
No, okay. Another story that I heard he got mad at McDonald's this like maybe
by the way, our dad he's an older guy, so he's like 50 in his mid 50s, and he's been in prison for the past 16 years. Not the past 16 years, but he's been out for 2 years, and before that he spent 16 years in prison. So just keep that in mind.
I don't know what that has to do with the story, but yeah, we'll just say that. Yeah, it's true.
Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, so he's not big with technology, and I guess supposedly this is what I heard. He went to McDonald's and he was like telling them, "Oh, well, on the app, this meal costs $2.99. Why is it $3.99? Well, it's here." And she's like, "Well, I don't know." And he goes, "How do you not know? This is your store. You work here. This is your app.
This is your app."
Yeah, like she fucking makes it or something. Okay. I'll even admit this. I've done Uber Eats deliveries. You don't know what's on the other side of whatever the fuck you're doing. So I don't know how that person's ordering something, how they're doing things. I just know that I have my side of that website that I have to use to get my deliveries done, to get my job done. So it's just funny that he doesn't understand that the people at McDonald's don't go on the McDonald's app ever, so they don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
That's funny.
Funny. You could talk to him about that. That'd be funny.
That's funny. I'm gonna talk to him about the Thor thing because that's funny. I didn't know Thor was not a very serious movie like the other ones.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you've only seen the first one,
yeah,
go watch the third one.
What about the second one? Okay.
Yeah, watch the third one. You'll think it's funny.
Okay.
And then just do that. I don't know. I really like those movies. Go watch those. Go watch watch those Thor movies. Watch Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. And then watch Deadpool 1 and 2.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you'll like Deadpool. It's more rated R. It's funnier.
So we got this interview, right? It's coming up. We're gonna talk about it in a second. So, but the thing about it was when I was interviewing Anton, I was like, oh, Link to the Future, like thinking about it. Okay, cool. I see people's backgrounds, right? Like certain people, like they had this in their background, or they had this. Like you have Star Wars, and you have this and that in your background. So Anton, on his couch, he has, I think it was a blanket. I don't know if it was, so maybe he could correct me if I'm wrong. But it's something that is Link related. It was pretty cool.
Oh, like Zelda? You mean like
Zelda? Yeah, Zelda. My bad. But you get what I mean. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a big fan of Zelda. I think he likes a lot of like old school games like that. Yeah. But yeah, as you just said, you had an interview with Anton Voorhees. Again, you guys, listen to this interview, but if you can as well, we recently posted a few days ago a really quick 15-minute interview with Alpha Zoe at West Coast Pro this past weekend, or a week ago.
Yeah, so go check out that interview, check out this interview, and then we have another interview coming up. I'll talk about it at the end of the interview, so just wait and see. So yeah.
Definitely.
We said so. What? Yeah, at the same time.
We're like twins.
Oh, twins guy.
Yeah, people think we're twins, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, let's not worry about that. Let's not worry about that. But anyways, let's get into this interview again. It's just Victor and Anton talking together. I'm not in this one. As I said multiple times, I am very busy. It's very hard for me to do these interviews, but I'm happy that these interviews can keep going. But anyways, don't listen to me. Listen to Anton. Listen to Victor right here, right now on the Markoutmedia Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone who is listening, today my guest is the Link to the Future, Anton Voorhees. Anton, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How are you, sir?
Pretty good. I got a dog, smoked a bowl earlier, and had a little bit of lunch, and I'm ready to go.
Hey, there you go. You had a very productive day.
Yeah, so far. I mean, I had to get done the outros or the intro and outro to Alpha Zoe's interview to get it out today, because I want to get this interview out on Friday, and today is Wednesday. So yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Friday it is though, because those are the days we release the interviews. But yeah, how you doing? I mean, I know it's summertime. It's a little warm out. You're in a tank top. I can see that. So how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's today is my day off. I have Wednesdays off from my one job. Okay. So I'm just like, taking care of the things that I can't do for the rest of the week, like laundry and picking up around the house. And then I go to Stoner U and do some training tonight.
Okay. What days do you guys usually train? Is that on Wednesdays or Thursdays? How do you guys do that?
That is Monday through Thursday, sometimes on Sundays. It depends. That's kind of a bonus day. But yeah, Mondays, just beginners. And then Tuesday and Wednesday are half beginners and then half semi-pro classes. And then Thursdays are match night.
I was just about to mention that. Yes, your guys' match night. So how are the match nights going?
Match nights are going pretty well for a while, if I can be candid. We kind of just had the same people wrestling the same people. And I think that a lot of them were like, okay, what else are we going to do? So we've been kind of trying to be like, hey, other people, like, please come and work some match nights. It's only going to help everybody get better. So we have had some more people coming to match nights from outside of Stoner U, and everything has been going swimmingly ever since.
Cool. Yeah, I know. I want to mention, I should mention that to my brother. So hopefully if he is listening to this, I'll tell him that he should do match night at Stoner U, because I know he's been training for few months now, and he's done a few matches here and there. So it'd be cool to see him do match night at Stoner U.
Yeah, if Vinny and Levi say that he's ready for a match night, he's definitely more than welcome.
Yeah, I mean, I know they told me about a few matches he's done here and there, so I just don't know. I've never seen him train myself. I know I got to get down to West Coast myself and see what he's doing down there, but from what I've been told, he's doing good. So David, if you're listening to this, you're doing good. But so how's it being a trainer?
I love being a trainer more than I love most things in my life. When I started wrestling, I was fortunate enough to be trained by Dan Hellfire, who was a really good dude at the end of the day and was very understanding, had a very gruff exterior, and, you know, could definitely be a hard ass with a lot of people, but I don't know, somehow he and I came to a very easy understanding with each other. And I felt like he was always challenging me to help me grow. And then at some point, I asked if I could, you know, help out more at his trainings, and he said, sure. And the first time that I was trying to help someone do a move that they just weren't getting, and I was able to like try to explain the same thing like multiple different ways, and then finally had them be like, oh, I get it. Like that feeling was like the best thing I've ever experienced. It was like, holy shit, I just helped somebody. This is amazing. And ever since I've just been, that's been my goal, is just to help other people with, you know, understanding parts of the business that they don't understand, or moves that they don't understand, or, you know, body physics that they don't understand. And yeah, it's been like the most rewarding aspect of wrestling, besides when, like, you know, thousands of people are all going like, you're cool. Like, you know, you can't beat that. But this comes in a close second.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, because like, how long? So how long you been training, or how long have you been a trainer for?
I mean, it's hard to say when I first started being a trainer, because like technically, back at Devil Mountain Wrestling, Hellfire was the trainer, but there were lots of nights when he would just be like, all right, Anton, it's up to you. And he just like wouldn't, you know, be there because he had a lot going on in his life. So I don't necessarily count that as me being a trainer, even though I was literally the only person there who was qualified to tell anyone what to do. But yeah, I mean, a long time, I guess. I don't know how to quantify it. I started wrestling period in like 2006.
Okay.
And, you know, after a few years, like I was helping out with trainings, and then later on became like a dedicated, like, I am the trainer of a school.
That's cool though. I mean, like I said, I mean, I've said it myself. I've never told, like, because I usually talk to my brother about all the wrestling stuff, and I've talked to other people too, but I've told myself that if I could do it and go train to be a wrestler, I'm going to Stoner U. And this isn't because you're just sitting here with me today, but I saw your style in one of the people that you train, and it clicked in my head. I was like, who wrestles like that? And it clicked in my head that it was you, and I was like, they're from Stoner U, so it makes sense. And I was like, for your style specifically, I don't know, something about it. It grabs my attention.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, when something grabs your attention, whether it's them doing their entrance or them doing a move or them, you know, on the mic, whatever it is, like if you're grabbing someone's attention, like you did it. To me, I think that's like you're doing your job.
Thank you. I agree. I mean, at the end of the day, like, where each wrestler is, you know, their product is themselves. You're just selling yourself. And in a market where everyone is a wrestler, like, you have to bring more to the table than just like, I'm a good wrestler. Like, in theory, so is everybody. What are you doing that stands out? And, you know, if people think that I stand out, awesome, I'm doing my job. And that's my goal. I can't remember which student it was that I saw it in, but once I do, I'll let you know. But no, either way, like I know I can't do it. Like, there's things that I would need to work on in order to get to that step, to take the first step into training. But I told myself, I was like, I'm going to Stoner U. I was like, for sure. I was like, that's the school that I've seen, you know, people grow from, and I've seen students there that I like their style from, and you, and I don't know who else are the trainers. I would assume the Stoner brothers are. Yeah, it's just me and the twins. We're the three head trainers there.
Yeah, see, and I like their tag team style. When it comes to tag teams, I think they're the most creative.
Oh yeah, like they keep me on my toes. Like, there is not a day where Scotty or Ricky or both are just like, hey, what if like, it's just a constant barrage of just like new ideas. Like, they never sit back on their laurels and just go like, yeah, we have enough. Like, they're always trying to improve and kind of like not reinvent the wheel, but just like reinvent themselves repeatedly.
Yeah, I feel it. I know I've interviewed the Stoner Brothers before. I would like to get another one with them. Hopefully one that's not as long, and if I'm not high out of my mind, because
Sure.
that was crazy. But yeah, good times talking to them. I spoke with them at the last Hood Slam show, I believe. So yeah, I did. I definitely did. But yeah, so Hood Slam is basically back after being gone for, what was it, at least 2 years?
Yeah. Our last show before the pandemic was definitely a first Friday show, because the Friday of a glam, which was always the second Friday, like, was the day that everything got shut down. Like, it was me sitting there debating, like, what do I do? Like, I want to keep everybody safe, but I don't want to disappoint people. And we got people flying in. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And then, like, the county was like, no one can do anything. And I was like, oh, cool. That decision has been taken away from me. So
there you go. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. I remember this was before my brother was even filming anything for any company. We bought tickets, and for me, I barely started going to glam and Hood Slam. So that was maybe like my second glam at that time, going to that one. And we bought tickets, and we're just sitting there, we're waiting, and as time goes by, then we went on Twitter, we saw it on social media. We're like, okay, it's not happening. We're like, damn. Yeah. I was like, shit. I was like, damn. I was like, I really wanted to go. I was like, but hey, I was like, you know what? Got to keep people safe. And that was in like the beginning of the pandemic. So no one really knew exactly what was this and that. And this was getting canceled. That was getting canceled. But yeah, Hood Slam is back. And I mean, how many shows have Hood Slam done? I mean, I think it feels like it's been more than you can count on two hands. At least, I want to say at least 7 to 10 shows. At least it feels like it.
Maybe. I mean,
I missed a few.
Yeah, we had a show at the DNA Lounge. We had a show at Crybaby. We've had 3 outdoor shows. And then I feel like that might be it. So I don't know. What's that, like 5 or 6?
Something like that. I was like, it's getting up there to where you're going to start doing so many. At this point, we're going to be like, well, yeah, we're back at, we're back full time, and we're doing shows after shows after shows. But you got a couple coming up that I want to talk about, because you have one at Crybaby coming up. So it's you versus Deppen.
It's me and Tony Deppen. Yes.
First time match.
Yeah. I've never met Tony Deppen before, so
there you go.
I know nothing about I've seen his work, obviously. I'm a big fan. The match that he had with Orange Cassidy made me go like, oh, we're gonna have fun. That's still be fun. So I'm super excited about it. I know that he's rocking and rolling right now. So I'm excited. When Sam first brought it to my attention that this was a possibility, I was like, cool. And she was like, great, I'll ask him. And then like 5 minutes later was like, he said yes. And I was like, oh, he's must have heard of me. That's why he's so excited about it. But I don't think he knows who I am. But this should be fun. I'm really stoked for it. I think we are going to have a good time.
And that's at the Crybaby venue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I've never been to that one. I missed the last show there. I know it's a venue with like music and then they do wrestling with you guys. But yeah, I'm excited. I'll probably buy it on Fight. Because I want to save my energy for the show the next day, because it's a lot of standing. And if I do 2 standing shows back to back, my feet will be done, and I already know it. So that's why I don't understand. Sure. I don't get how some of the wrestlers could do maybe 2 shows in one day, or this show. Then it's like, it's crazy. So respects to you, and respects to whoever got to do that. So, but yeah, this match specifically though, like I said, I'm a GCW person, so I'm familiar with Tony Deppen's work. So, and people love to hate him. That's the greatest thing. Like I had a roommate too. Like I got him into GCW, and I was like, I'm not gonna tell him anything. I was like, I'm just show him this guy and see what he thinks. And he's like, oh, this Tony Deppen guy, he's an asshole. And I was all like, hey man, I was like, those are your words, not mine. I was like, but
sure.
I was all like, this is gonna be great. But I'm excited for that match. And you got a couple of matches this weekend. So GCW. How's that gonna? How did that come about? And tell me more about it.
Sure. I guess this is kind of a peek behind the curtain type of thing, but yeah. So I have the UGWA show that I am going to be on, and a few weeks ago, Dark Sheik messaged me and was just like, hey, what are you doing on this date? And I was like, I have UGWA. And she's like, yeah, me too. GCW wants you to work in a tag match. And I was like, oh, shit, cool. I mean, if you're doing both shows, then I can see if I can do both shows. So I, hit up Ugwa, hit up Trevino, and was just like, hey, Slash, boss man, this is what we got. This is the situation that I have. And, he was like, look, I don't want to cost you any opportunities, but I'm already making a lot of changes to my thing because so-and-so is on GCW and so-and-so and so-and-so. Like, I'm already rearranging my card. And I'm like, all right, totally understood. Like, don't worry about it. Like, I made my commitment to you first. If GCW wanted me once, maybe they'll want me again.
Yeah.
And, I told that to Dark Sheik and she was like, okay. And then like 10 minutes later, she hits me back up. She's like, hey, yeah, Brett's not really taking no for an answer. Like, Brett wants the caution. And I'm like, all right. So I hit Trevino back up. She's like, hey, man, can we make this work? And he's like, fuck. All right, I'll make it work. And I'm like, all right, thank you. So, I feel it. Bussy needed someone to work. And the GCW wanted the caution specifically from what I understand.
Yeah, when I saw that match on the flyer, I was like, damn, this is going to be a good match. I was like, but I'll be at Ugwa. I was like, that's the home promotion for me personally. So
sure.
As much as I love GCW and as much as GCW was fun the last time they were at the Midway, I was like, I already had plans prior to go to Ugwa, and I said, they're the home promotion, so I gotta go. But when I saw that match, I was all like, I'm buying it on Fight TV. I'm definitely watching that match. I was like, the fun, entertaining, the wrestling, just everything all mixed together between the caution and Bussy is just going to be, to me personally, I think it's going to be 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what Bussy has in store for us because, like, Dark Sheik and I, like, we like to have fun. We also like to wrestle seriously. We've always thought of the caution kind of like how Edge and Christian used to be, where like they would go out there and be silly and stupid, and then they would wrestle their asses off. And we like to do that. So I'm excited for whatever happens in that ring with Bussy.
I know, I'm excited. Like I said, I'm gonna buy it on Fight TV. So I'll watch it later when I get home from Hey, you can't be barking during my interview. Damn dog. But no, I'm gonna buy it and it's gonna be a good time. So I'm gonna watch the whole show. And I wish I could be at two places at once. But the match that you have More Gay Shit is with Christina Von Eerie and Nick Xander. And that's a triple threat, correct?
Correct. They got me wrestling my sister again. I don't know why everyone makes me want to wrestle Christina. I love her. We don't want to fight each other, but we keep getting booked against each other. And poor Nick Xander is stuck in the middle, and we are going to beat the crap out of him. And then I don't know, one of me or Christina will win. It just depends on, I don't know, maybe we'll flip a coin or something.
It's like, no, you lay down, I'll pin you. It's like, no, you lay down and I'll pin you. It's like, it's like, all right, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, maybe we'll try to figure it out ahead of time.
Just make sure Nick Xander doesn't dunk on you again, or you can block the shot.
I don't play basketball. All right, I was a fake Canadian. What do you want? Our team was the Raptors. What are you doing here? Like, I don't know how to play basketball.
No. Look, my brother too, I told him, I was all like, hey, I bought a Warrior shirt. The next text I get within a minute, he goes, you're not a basketball fan? And I was like, look, the shirt was cheap. It's a long sleeve. It's blue. I like it. I was like, it looks good. I was like, it's not the normal colors of the, like the gold and the blue or whatever, the yellow and the blue. And he was like, you're not a basketball fan. And I was like, you have a point. I was like, you have a point. But yeah, like I'm excited for More Gay Shit. I'm excited for you to be in both shows. Like I said, I don't know how far the Midway is from the Emporium. So I mean, San Francisco, but I'm sure it's possible to get from this place to this place within a short amount of time. So
let's hope, right? Or else they're gonna have to delay a game.
Yeah. Good luck to everybody on Sunday because it's going to be one crazy day.
Yes, indeed. Lots of wrestle.
Yeah. So let's talk about you and Ugwa, because speaking of Ugwa, you're in the agenda.
I am, yes.
So how did that come about?
Well, I so I never really talked to Ugwa before really coming to Ugwa. I was aware of their existence, and I would imagine they were aware of my existence, but I don't know, my social circles in wrestling and the Ugwa circle just never really MasterCarded or whatever. Sam was asked to be on the show, and she won the title in her first match there, I think. And right after that, Boss Man hit me up and was just like, hey, I want to bring you in to work with Sam. And I was like, sure, let's rock and roll. And so we did that, and we started a group, and we got Pollo and Money, Power, Respect. And I don't know, we're doing the damn thing. We got Jay Vidal on our team now, so we're just growing. The agenda grows.
Hey, I love it. But I have a question though, and maybe if Trevino is listening to this, Boss Man, I gotta ask, why aren't you in the tag team with Sheik on Sunday for Ugwa?
That's a great question. Why
do you gotta fight your sister, and why are you in the triple threat, and why aren't you in the tag team with your? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know either. But my guess is they didn't want the winner to be obvious, and obviously if you put the caution in there, the winner's already decided. So decided to team Sheik and Jay together instead. I'm fighting my sister.
You know what? Hey, good luck to that. I'm sure I've had some pretty good, not wrestling matches, but pretty good. Well, actually, no. Probably, I don't doubt my sister was wrestling us and playing with us like that, and when we were young, watching wrestling. So I'm sure we're practicing wrestling moves on each other and getting rough with each other. So it happens. But I do want to talk about the caution. So how did the caution come about? Because I personally, I don't even know.
Okay. So I'll try to. This is a long story, so I'll try to make it small. Yeah. But basically, a while ago, what was it? 2014, I think. There was a show at a drive-in, the Solano drive-in, and I got there. I didn't know anything about anything on the show because I don't think anything was decided. So I got there, and Sheik was just like, "Hey, we're gonna do a trios tournament," and I'm like, "Cool, a trios tournament. What team am I on?" And Sheik was like, "It's gonna be me, you, and Omega." And I was like, "Cool. I don't know who Omega is." And Sheik was like, "Oh, the guy that plays Scorpion." And I was like, I don't know who plays Scorpion." And she was like, "He's player 2 Pong sometimes." And I'm like, "All right, player 2 Pong, got it." And of course that ended up being E Enhancement. And that's how we came together, was just randomly decided that the three of us would work together. And before the show, there were a couple kids hanging out by the ring and no one else. It was just like 4 kids with no parents sitting by a wrestling ring. And so Sheik was like, "Hey, do you want to go cut a promo until the show, which is like an hour from now?" And I was like, "Yes, let's go cut an hour-long promo." And so we went to the ring and we talked to the kids, and we, after a while, Sheik's like, "Hey, we have a tag team match tonight, and we need a team name." And one kid's like, "You should be the Pirates." And Sam was like, "Nah." And another kid was like, "You should be the Ninjas." And we were like, "Nah." And then this little girl raised her hand and she was like, "You should be the Caution." And we were like, "The Caution? Those words don't even go together. What does that mean?" And she was like, your opponents should be warned. And we were like, yeah, they should. And ever since, like, it was just so good and so silly that we were like, yeah, we're the caution. We are definitely the caution. And then, we won that trios tournament, the Three Ninjas Strike Back Squire of Trios Tag Team Tournament. One of the greatest accomplishments in wrestling, winning that tournament. And after that, like, we just had so much fun that I started reaching out to companies that I worked for, and I was like, hey, I'd like to keep this going. I did this thing once, and I want to keep doing it. And so then I started bringing Ian, Shane with me where I would go and be like, hey, we're gonna team up. And then Shane and I started working together and finding our own like chemistry that we had as individuals, and we started doing all those caution promos, and that got really over with like more so the wrestlers than like the fans.
Yeah.
But like then it just kind of spread from there. And then eventually Dark Sheik was like, all right, well, we need to bring this to Hood Slam. Like, this is going too well. And so then the caution came to Hood Slam, and we've been together ever since.
That's cool. That the way that the caution came together, that's probably easily one of my favorite stories of how a team or anybody came together in wrestling, because that's great. I love that. That's amazing.
Named by some random little girl. The caution.
The caution. You're like, those names, like, those words don't even go together.
Yeah, I think it's because the first kid said the pirates and the ninjas that she just felt like the was supposed to be in it. So she's like, the caution. We were like, hell yeah, the caution.
Hey, but you know what, though? It works.
It works.
It works. And I like that. And like I said, I've seen you and Sheik, like, what show is it? Or what place is it? In Sacramento for Virgil Flynn, when they do those shows up the brewery.
Yeah.
How over you two are in that place is nuts. I was doing merch, standing by the shirt you're wearing right now. People are coming up to me, and I'm like, how much is that shirt? How much is that shirt? And I'm like, I was like, I don't know. I was like, it's not my merch. I don't know. Because no one was watching it for a second. And I was like, yeah, I'll watch it for a second while you go get something. So I did. And then so people were coming up to me. They're like, yeah. I was like, I don't know how much this merch is. Yeah. I was like, but the amount of people that came up to me before you two even wrestled was crazy. And then as the show went on and then you two wrestled, the more over it was crazy. I don't know. It was nuts.
Yeah. I mean, credit where credit is due. First and foremost, like, Dark Sheik is just on a tear. She is so fucking beloved now that it's amazing. She's like 20 years into her career is like getting her fucking flowers, and it's amazing, and she deserves it all. And I am very happy to like be next to her being like, she's so cool, and I'm also here. So like, I'd say most of our popularity is because people just love Dark Sheik, and I am Dark Sheik's friend. But like, also credit where it is due. Like, the butt stuff shirts basically sell themselves. It stemmed from a promo that I cut when the caution very first came together. Because I was originally Link at Hood Slam. And then when we formed the caution, obviously I couldn't still be Link. That didn't make sense. Link can't be a bad guy. And the video game characters had kind of run their course at Hood Slam. So I cut a promo to kind of explain why this change has happened. And some dude kept shouting the word pussy at me. Not like you're a pussy, just pussy. And so I was just like, sir, you keep saying pussy. And I'm assuming you think that I am one, but the only way that I am one is if you are what you eat, which also makes me an asshole. # butt stuff. And then the crowd went from booing us to like high-fiving each other. They're like, yeah, butt stuff. And I'm like, well, all right, there's a t-shirt. And so we made the butt stuff shirts off of that promo that I cut. And, now that Sheik is like super popular, like these things will not stay on the shelves. Like, everyone's just like, we love butt stuff. And I'm like, good. I'm glad that I helped a legion of people all just embrace their love of butts and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I had like I said, I don't remember. It was the first Sacramento show that that I was setting up merch for Virgil Flynn. But yeah, the first lady that came up to me, she was like, she looked at the shirt, pointed at it, and she was like, haha, that's funny. And she's like, I gotta buy that. And I was like, yeah, I was like, you should. I was like, they're probably like what, 20, 25 bucks. I was like, I don't know. I was like, when the person comes back from merch, I'll tell him. And then she bought one. She came back and bought one. So I was like, that's cool.
Sweet.
Yeah. But we're gonna start wrapping it up. I have one more question to ask you, and my brother usually does have to ask the question at the end of these things. So when it's all said and done and the wrestling shoes are put away, the boots are hung up and the gear is put away, what does Anton Voorhees want to be remembered for in wrestling?
So being the link to the future is like a very not so clever play on, you know, A Link to the Past from Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
But like I picked that not because like I am from the future, and it's not because I consider myself to be the future of wrestling, but I am the link to it because I am training people to take over this business when I'm gone. And like if I can help create a better work environment, a more entertaining element, and just if I can enhance wrestling for to be set up for the future generations of wrestling, then like that's what I want. I want to build not like a legacy for myself, but like I want just people to be able to have a better situation than it was when I started, to have more fun with wrestling than it was when I started, because wrestling was rough when I started. You had to do it because you loved it and you had to put up with shitty stuff. And I would love it if people got to do it because they love it and there was no shitty stuff to deal with. You just got to enjoy wrestling because at the end of the day, wrestling is fucking silly. We're playing pretend in our pajamas and like killing ourselves. And like, it should be fun. Like it shouldn't be just chaos and madness and awful and ugly. It should be fun and exciting for everybody because it hurts too much to be anything less.
I agree. See, that's what I always told myself too, because like when I did music, I was just doing it for fun. And then I was like, you know what, I could do this for money. And then no one wanted to do it like that. And I was like, but I'm still having fun doing it. I was like, but when I started doing music, and it's still rough. I would probably don't doubt it in certain places. But when I started, it wasn't rough, but it was like hard to come off as the band that we tried to play. Like no one wanted, you know, hardcore bands because it was almost like booking a punk band. Like no one wants to hear, this isn't a big name, so why should I book them? But yeah, but that's great that, you're teaching the future to, to have fun with it and, just enjoy it while you can, because I mean, this shit isn't forever.
No, it's definitely not. But I've had a 15-year career so far, and like there's no part of me that's thinking about retiring. I think I'm still doing okay for myself.
I don't think it. I know you are.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I also know that like I can still contribute like whenever my body goes like, let's not do this shit anymore. Yeah. Like, through Glam, I know that I can promote a show. I know I can book a show. Yeah. I know I can commentate a show, and I'm sure I could manage people if that's what, I can run my mouth basically. I'm really good at that. So I know that there's going to be a lot that I can help with even after my boots are hung up. So I know that I'll at least have the ability to keep doing my best to steer wrestling in a positive direction.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel it because like, it's crazy. So like when I see people that like, cause I barely started getting into independent wrestling, like, yeah, we'd go to UGWA and, people were like, oh, it's just the backyard stuff, blah, blah, whatever. But we start, they started breaking off to the Ritz, and I'd see people like Dutra and, people like that. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's a great thing just to see people that are still doing it and then they know they can do it. And it's like, no, I'm not going to do it yet or end it yet. But the people that have ended it, I'm just like, damn. I'm like, I just got into this and I'm barely seeing you now. Don't end it now. I'm like, give it a few more years. I'm like, I know your body's probably saying no. I was like, but come on, for me personally, and for the people that just got into it, don't end it yet. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
I hear you.
Yeah, it's crazy. But like I said, we're going to start wrapping this up. Where can people find you on social media?
Oh, you can find me on all of the social medias, I think. My normal handle is link the number 2, the word future, and the letters FTF. Link to future. Fuck the fans. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook for those of you that are still old and do Facebook. I think those are all the things that I'm on. If there's more social medias, I'm not on TikTok. I'm sorry. I don't know how.
It's all good. I was on TikTok. But the fan, like, if I thought Twitter was bad, and I was like, no. I was like, TikTok is just like, it's like a step up. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, the fans that would like give me bad comments for like the way I look and like my opinions and, oh, you're into death matches. I'm like, I gotta go. I was like,
Yeah.
I ain't mad at nobody, but I was like, I'm just gonna delete it. See you later. Maybe I'll come back. But yeah, but like I said, there is good and bad and everything. But for the most part, I did have fun making videos. So it was pretty good, and it did help the podcast at the same time. So
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and I'm on YouTube. Get on my YouTube too. I used to make a whole series of videos, and I want to start doing that again. I'm trying to work with my buddy Grand Pooh Bear, who is a Twitch streamer, speed runner, awesome dude. We're trying to come up with some videos to do to maybe cross promote each other, so that his fans that like wrestling can be like, oh, look at this. And my fans that like video games can be like, oh, look at this.
nice.
So yeah, keep your eyes open for my YouTube, Anton Voorhees on YouTube. There's some videos up there and hopefully more within the near future.
Hey, homies helping each other out. I love to see it. So, but again, thank you for doing this. I appreciate you for doing this. Sorry about the dog barking. Yeah, crazy. It's a puppy. She's like 10 months old. All she wants to do is play. All she wants to do is play, and I'm like, I don't want to play right now. I got things to do. And then there she goes again, making a mess. So
all good.
I'm gonna get out of here. Hey, thank you for doing this.
You're welcome.
See, like it's so cool to see that you get to have all these fun interviews, even though I'm like super busy. Hey, but at least I'm getting better at wrestling.
Yeah, listen to the interview. We talked about some stuff, and he said, if you're ready, you can say you go down to match night on a Thursday at Stoner U.
Oh yeah, no. Once I feel ready, I'll be down.
Yeah, definitely. So give us some time. But yeah, I did want to talk about an interview that we do have coming up at the probably next week. We're going to record it at more gay shit when we're there at the Ugwa show. Just like what we did with the Alpha Zoe interview. This next interview we have is Sandra Moon. So I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, no, I'm beyond excited.
We're going to talk about emo rap, just like how you and someone else were talking about Marvel, and I didn't know what you guys were talking about. We're going to talk about emo rap, and you're going to be so confused.
Yeah, I can't wait. This is going to be great.
Do you know who Smart Death is? Smart Death. He's an artist.
No, it sounds like a Twitch streamer.
Smart Death.
Yeah.
What about Lil Lotus?
Sounds like a Marvel villain.
Lil Lotus.
Yeah.
He's got tattoos on his face.
Oh, well then he's not maybe he could be a villain.
Do you know who Lil Peep is?
Yeah, you get those little marshmallows on Easter.
Stop. Now you sound like someone who's 40 and up.
Oh, what is the music these days?
Okay, stop. No, don't start playing music.
Give me my old rock and roll.
What was that?
That was a little out of tune, but you get it. Dad rock.
There's a playlist on Spotify called Divorced Dad Rock. I swear there is.
Can't wait to play it.
There's also Divorced Mom Rock.
Oh god, that sounds worse.
Oh my god, let's get out of here.
All right, you guys. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Markoutmedia Podcast. If you have not subscribed, please go subscribe. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and many more platforms where podcasts are provided to you. Also, make sure to follow us on social media on Twitter and Instagram at Markoutmedia18. Once again, that's Markoutmedia18. And as always, make sure to buy the merchandise at brainbustertees.com. And
All right, thank you.
As always, I mean, this is just like just for the hell of it. Always make sure to use the promo code Markoutmedia on SeatGeek and get $20 off your first purchase.
Your first purchase, not your second, not your third, your number one purchase on the website. Keep that in mind.
Yeah,
so you can use it for sporting events, A's games, Giants games, Sharks games, concerts, Lady Gaga, whatever. WWE.
Of course.
Just go use it.
Okay,
let's get out of here.
All right, you guys, as always, from me to Victor to Anton to everyone here who is listening, you either mark out or get the fuck out. Later.
Thank you for checking out the Markout Media Podcast. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Markoutmedia18. And don't forget to buy the merch at brainbustertees.com.